Majority Whip Steve Scalise has been standing by. The congressman joins us now as he has been listening on. We have not heard from the witness yet. Judge Kavanaugh himself has not been asked a question or spoken yet this morning, Congressman. But your thoughts as you see these heated exchanges continue in that hearing room?
This case, Mr. Chairman.
Well, the first thing is, I think what Judge Kavanaugh has been doing in his testimony these last few days has shown how well of a choice President Trump made in selecting him to be the next justice on the Supreme Court. He's got the right kind of judicial temperament you want. He's somebody who's actually going to interpret the Constitution the way it was written, as opposed to some of these people who think they can get on the bench to become legislators. Now, I think the charade you're seeing in the Senate with some of these, unfortunately, some of these candidates for president in 2020 trying to almost start running in their presidential primary on the Democrat side off of this nomination. It's just not what the Senate's supposed to be about. They're supposed to be there doing their jobs.
In your time in Congress, can you recall a time when this committee confidential rule has ever been violated?
I'm not aware of a time where it's happened. And look, I mean, you take an oath to uphold the laws and the rules. If you don't like the rules of the Senate, you're a senator, go try to change the rules. But to try to leak classified information or to violate the rules because you're trying to appease some radical left base, where if you look in these primaries on the Democrat side, liberals aren't liberal enough. You almost have to be a socialist to get through on the Democrat side now. And there's this race to the radical left. That's not where America is. We're a center-right nation. And I think if they continue to just, you know, one person has to be more absurd than the other to get attention on the Democrat side, is that really what they're going to be about? Donald Trump is getting this economy back on track. People care about jobs. They want security at home. They want judges who are going to interpret the laws. What President Trump has been doing follows through on all that. And I think this move towards socialism on the Democrat side is going to backfire.
Go back to your original point you were talking about. Does any of this happen without the TV cameras?
Oh, clearly not. I mean,
well, what happens behind closed doors among your colleagues? Do you get into spats like this? Just enlighten us and our viewers on the topic.
You can disagree over philosophical differences, but when you're sending out an email raising money for your presidential campaign before you even ask your first question, I think people know the political motivations are behind a lot of the shenanigans that are going on, and frankly, it's beneath the dignity of the Senate to be trying to turn this into a circus instead of asking your questions. If you've got questions about rulings he's made, he's got a real record of a judicial record that I think is exemplary, and part of the reason why President Trump picked him to be a good jurist on the Supreme Court. But go and ask your questions about those things that he's actually ruled on. But to try to make a spectacle out of it because you want to look more radical left than the other Democrat senators who are running for president, that's not what these hearings should be about.
Chances of him being confirmed after what we've seen so far, Congressman, we're going to dip back in here and listen. Your final thoughts?
Very strong. I think he'll be confirmed. He deserves to be confirmed because he's got the right judicial temperament to serve on the Supreme Court. And I think President Trump has done a great job, not only in Neil Gorsuch, but now in Judge Kavanaugh, at fulfilling some of his most important duties as President of the United States. And I think the American people see that this is what they elected him for.
Sir, thank you for your time. And a couple minutes of your day with us today. Steve Scalise, Majority Whip.
Thank you.